Okay, so here we are in the admin area, and I'm going to start right up here in this corner. This little content area, this is where we really control the overall content of the website. So we have pages here, blog post, comments, and media library. So a page, I want to be clear on what the difference of the terminology is here. A page is generally thought of as something that's static on the site, or something that doesn't change or doesn't change very often. So this here is the home page of this particular site. If you go to, like, say, About Us, this is a standard page as far as that terminology from the back end is considered. It's just one page with information, and the information is generally pertinent to being displayed all of the time. It's the integral or most prominent information for your business, and all of these that you're seeing here, these are all different pages. So that's all going to fall under this tab right here. Now, a blog post is something slightly different. It's basically a different way of organizing the content on your site, and this is an example of a blog section of the site. So here on this particular site, we have a number of pages, right? These are all standard pages that are going to stay the same way. But over here under News and Short, this is a collection of pages that are time-stamped, and they all have their own individual focus, but somehow pertain to the business. Right, so if I click read more under this one, I'm going to go over to a specific blog post that just talks about, in this case, groundwater, surface water interference assessment. And that's just one of the things that this company does, and here's some information about it. Now here you can see you can go to the next blog post, and this is a slightly different topic, but still somehow pertinent the to the business overall. So these are types of things where this is a section of the site where it's dynamic content. It's a continual updating of content. And honestly, you will know by this point, by the time you're watching this training, whether a blog was something you needed for your business or not. I just wanted to give you an idea of what the difference in terminology was so you weren't confused by it. Now, comments pertains to the blog specifically, and in this particular case, we have comments turned off on these blogs. What is possible is to have a small box underneath this post where people can comment on their feelings about it, or they can create a discussion about the particular topic, and that allows for some more dynamic interaction with customers, or some adding to the overall topic in general. So media library, this is where you're going to upload any of the photos, any of the PDFs or downloadable materials that you want to have accessible from the website. So as if, for instance, any of the photos that you see here, like this photo here, that was uploaded through the media library, or through some other part that I'll be showing you later that connects with the media library. But that's where these images live, and that's where you can manage them, is in this particular section. The shop section, this is for if you have an e-commerce package to your website. This means that you're selling products on the website itself. So I'll take you over here just as a for instance. This site has a shop, and they have these different sort of products there. So these are different, cat collectibles and memorial type things for your pets. So these products are all built right here. This is where you're able to upload the image of your product and determine the pricing and availability and all of that sort of stuff. Product options, that is pretty self-explanatory. That gives you different options with the product. So whether it's different color options or size options or that sort of stuff. Discount codes, this allows you to create a discount code that you can then promote. So if you were having a 10% off sale on your store, you could create a code that takes 10% off and promote that code out. When people check out, they type the code in and they receive a 10% discount. Sales, this is where you can track the sales that have come through your website. So when somebody purchases one of your products, so say somebody purchases this, they go through the full checkout process, you're going to see in this area, your numbers are going to go up as far as a sale being made. And then orders, this is where you're going to be able to manage the order section. So this is where the details are going to land for who you need to ship this to, if there's shipping involved, and all of the sort of details of the order specifically. So this section right here, sites, redirect settings, this is really going to be set up for you. You won't have to do anything as far as managing this area, and quite honestly, you may not even see it on your site. I am going to point it out because it's here now. But as we further refine this in the way that we do things, only admins would be able to see this area. So if you don't see this, don't worry about it. It's nothing that you need to deal with or concern yourself with. That's part of what you're paying us for, is to make sure that that stuff is in order. And then users and groups is kind of the same thing. So you can have different staff members that can add to the website. So for instance, if you were having a blog like we have on this site, there could be different staff members that are contributing different topics to the blog, and we can actually create a user that can only create blog posts, or they can only add content. They can't actually delete content. So we can kind of make sure that you're able to give the right access to the right people without compromising the integrity of the site just based on somebody not fully understanding what they're doing or something like that. So we have the ability to control that and create those things. And groups is sort of the same thing. It's just a group of a particular type of user. So again, this is something you may not see on your admin panel when you log in, and if you don't worry about that. That is for the admins of the site only. Over here, this is sort of the same thing. This is just another breakdown of this same information we just went through. You'll see all the titles here are actually the same, but there's little buttons here just to add or change. And this is just kind of a user preference thing. Some people like these menus, other people like something a little different. So we make sure to have both of them. Over here, this is recent comments. So these would be if you did have a blog and you were getting these comments here. This would show you your most recent ones that would allow you to come in and approve them. Comments a lot of times are set to require that the admin approves the comment, because sometimes people put things in that you wouldn't want displayed on your site for one reason or another. And that gives you the ability to filter out what you want to put there and don't want to put there. Recent actions, this is the recent things that have been done to the site, and you can see these are product options. So as we were finishing up some of the product stuff on this page, and this particular site is still not live on the internet, it's still not launched, so we're still doing some work on it, but some of the things in the product options area had been changed, and you can see it's things like the color layout and different products and stuff like that. So no need to get too far into that sort of stuff. This just gives you an idea of the recent things that are done. So you can come back if a particular team member added a page or something, you can come back to that particular thing, and you can actually click back to it and see what the page was and what was done and that sort of thing. So just kind of an update of activity on the back end of the site. And then the other thing that I didn't talk about here that was maybe the biggest thing on the screen is Quick Blog. So this allows you to come in and just drop a quick title and a quick bit of content and hit Save Draft, and it'll take you over to the blogging platform, and you can very quickly, without having to do a lot of little things, you can get a blog post out. So if it's something where as an example, you're out at a live event and you're kind of managing all of the things that need to be managed at a live event, but you still want to get a blog post out about it, you can come in and quick blog in between doing your other tasks, whether it's dealing with customers or organizational and administrative things. And then that can be saved on the site for you to be able to go and finalize later, or you can put it right out there so people that are likely going to access your site can see that content. So I hope that's not too exhaustive of an overview, but I'm going to pause the video here, or stop this particular video, and we'll start another one, and we'll dive into pages and the different options there. See you in a second.